G'day and welcome to CrewTraka. If it's your first time here, this is just a short video to give you a little bit of an insight into where to find things and how to set things up. If you do need any more support or help, please feel free to reach out to us. We are always here to help and guide you through so that you get exactly what you need out of CrewTraka. So what you will see first is your dashboard. Up in the top right hand corner here, there's a little cog. Behind that cog, you will find all of your settings, your integrations with things like MYOB, Xero, Reece Max, or any other software that you want to connect with through Zapier. The first thing you probably want to look at is your toolbox. So if you go to the toolbox here, you can set up exactly how you want to run CrewTraka. Turn on anything you want to use, turn off anything you don't. It will hide it from the dashboard and hide it from the app. You get everything now with CrewTraka. There's no add-ons or extras. There's nothing more to pay ever. So just use the bits and pieces that you want to use, and you can turn them on and off anytime you like. The best one to start with is also crew hours. Here is where you will decide whether you're going to log crew hours via the schedule using day cards, or your basic clock on, clock off with time tracker. You can allow crew to access all projects. That just means if you need someone to jump out onto a job and they haven't been allocated to it, they can still clock their hours against that job. Go down and set up leave balances, standard work days. All of this stuff is editable, so don't stress. If you do need help, like I said, be sure to reach out to support@crewtraka.com or give us a call, and we'll certainly help you out. Your standard pay week, and then how you want to run your overtime. The rest of these are pretty self-explanatory as you run through them. Any settings you need will always be found in here. Expense settings, all of the suppliers are preloaded for you. You can load your own if you need to. Things like tax settings, PDF settings are pretty mandatory. Set up holidays, so your public holidays are all preloaded for you. If you do run RDOs, here is where you would set them up. Your toolbox, as I mentioned. Permissions, you can invite any crew member or managers, supervisors, that sort of thing, and then restrict what bits and pieces you want them to see within CrewTraka. So you can turn on or off. You might not want them to see other people's pay rates or contract prices. That's fine. You can turn those little bits and pieces on and off as you need. So that's all your settings in here. Once you've decided how you want to run that, basically jump out and invite your crew. So go to the crew page. Everything is behind this little plus, this little blue plus icon. All you need is a name and a mobile number to invite your crew. It is completely 100% secure. We don't share data off with any third parties, and crew can only be connected through to the company that they've been invited to. Subcontractors can be invited as well. Again, all you need is a name and a mobile number. Managers need an email address because they get their own set of logins. Once they've been invited, they'll get a notification through their phone to join CrewTraka, and that will connect them up here. They are led to enter most of this information themselves. All you really need to do is put the date they started and what their rate is to you, so that the system can know exactly how much labour is being spent on any specific project. The CrewTraka app now becomes sort of like a conduit to everything that you do in your business. So if somebody has to upload a license, a white card, a medical certificate, whatever it might be, they can now do that through the app, and you can access it all through here. They can also store things like payment information, tax files, superannuation. You can send out warnings through here as well, so that it is legally recorded. Yeah, there's a fair bit you can do as far as the crew is concerned. Next one is projects. Again, it's this little blue plus icon. Tap the little blue plus. First one's a nickname. Call it whatever you like. The second one will be hot linked to a Google address. So if they need to look it up in Maps, it will be there ready in the app. Nothing is hard and fast that is going to stop guys from putting in their timesheets. So that as we all know, that's the date you'd like the project to start. That's the date you'd like it to finish, and nothing's going to stop them from putting in their timesheets. Supervisors' names, mobiles, and that sort of stuff. Once you put those details in, the system will remember. So it stops you having to type in bits and pieces all over again. With your project, you also get things like, for example, with CrewTraka, you can do a pre-work lockout. You can do things like geofence, set up a geofence around a property so that crew cannot clock on unless they are within a certain radius of the job site. Nothing will ever stop them clocking out, but they will get notifications if they do leave site. You also have a full doc box here, so you can store all of your site plans, notes, images, that sort of stuff directly in here. There are no file size limits, so you can create forms, folders within folders, and you can share any of these off with a client if you need to. So by clicking any links next to the sharing folder, you can share that off with a client. They don't need CrewTraka. All they need is their browser, and they can access the contents of that file if you need them to. You can stop them doing that anytime. You can also lock that down to a managers only folder if you need to. Then that brings us to your schedule. Once you've got your crew and your projects in there, all of your projects will come up on the snapshot, daily snapshot like that in a little orange bar. It is basically a drag and drop system. I can drag and drop as many crew as I want. I can write up a work detail for any specific crew member. Here's what you're doing today. I can also send that to a single person or just everybody on site. Above and beyond that, I can set up a checklist. So again, this little blue plus icon, so I can add as many items to that checklist as I like, and crew members can tick those items off as done when completed for the day. Any items that are left unchecked will roll over to the next day. Checklists can also be saved as templates, so to save you having to rewrite those over and over again, you will be able to save those and re-implement those as a template if you need to. You do have a monthly snapshot if you want to see your next month, or you do have the ability to go into a calendar view if you want to see where specific crew have been allocated for a specific project. Back on your daily snapshot, equipment is handled exactly the same as crew members. You might have things like battery packs, tool packs, big ladders, site trucks, generators. No matter what it is, you can track it. You can either drag it and drop it onto a job so that you can see that it's going to be there, or you can drag and drop it onto a specific person if they are responsible for that tool or that piece of equipment. Beyond that, you are pretty much ready to go. I'll just run quickly through a few other bits and pieces. You have your equipment. All of your timesheets and OT will come through here. You can integrate with Xero or MYOB and have those timesheets automatically sent over depending on when your payroll comes around, how it's set up. You can choose to approve things like overtime. All overtime needs to be approved by you before it gets sent through for payroll. You can set up to do things like forms. If you need your crew to fill out any forms on site, you can and get a signature. These forms can also be saved directly into your project-specific folders if you need to. We have predetermined dockets, so you have a job docket and a plant docket if you need to, just for the hourlies. We have a defects tool that you can actually use to go through and set up if any defects are required fixing on any specific job. Expenses, you can run all of your expenses through here. The expenses can be added directly from the dashboard here or directly from the app, and they will go directly against a project. You can also manage any payments through here, part payments, reimbursements. Any of these can be pushed directly over to your accounting software as well. You have a manager's diary here, so rather than manage all of your day-to-day bits and pieces on your schedule, you can manage it on your own diary here. This diary can also be accessed through the app. A few things happen when you enter a project automatically, one of which is it creates a project-specific group chat. So you don't have to do set up every time you put in a project. It will automatically create this group chat for you. You can see read receipts so that you can see who has actually read the message. You can post photos, videos, links, you name it, into these group chats. You can also set up custom group chats if you want to say a managers only group chat and that sort of thing in here as well. You can run budgets through here, set up individual line items for budgets to see exactly how you are running across those line items. The one is on the left, the orange one is your estimated cost. The one on the right is your committed cost as it comes in, and then you can see how you're running with it. You can also raise purchase orders through here. And those purchase orders will marry up with expenses when they come back in. One great little feature within here is the labour line. The labour line always runs live. So whether you have a budget or not, you can jump in here, click the labour line, and you can see exactly how many people have worked on the job, how many hours they've done, and what it's cost you. You can also set up multiple labour lines if you have sub-projects under the same heading. So you might have a parent project and then a few sub-projects underneath it. So you can run multiple labour lines if you need to. In your reports section, we keep it really simple. It's either a project report or it's a crew report. Now, project report, you can have all projects or you can drill down on any specific project. Or when the crew is concerned, you can have all crew or you can drill down on subcontractors, managers, or specific crew as well. Over on the right-hand side, you get a snapshot so that you can see exactly how you're running and what your operating rate is for that job. You can also choose to select date ranges, hours, costs, export to CSV if you want to take it into something like Excel. And those are pretty handy little reports to run. Your leave, if you're using leave, people can apply for leave directly in the app. It comes through here to review. Once you've approved that leave, it puts it on the leave calendar, but it not only puts it on there, it actually puts it on the calendar in their app, and it takes them off the board in the schedule. So you no longer have to remember if somebody is away on annual leave or sick leave, and anybody can be notified if somebody is not showing up on a certain day. Anybody in your team can be notified that that person is not coming in. We have an incidents log, so if any incidents do happen on site, they can be logged directly through the app, and you have duty of care, legal requirements of the information around that directly here on the dashboard. Another automatic function in CrewTraka is when you put your project details in, it automatically creates you a general SWIMS, a general building construction civil SWIMS. Now, there are hundreds of different types of SWIMS, we realize this, but this one gives you one that you can use off the bat, which will cover you for many of the general hazards and risks associated with those sort of things as far as building and construction is concerned. I suggest you check that to make sure that it is covered. The crew can read and sign that SWIMS document directly in the app, and it will automatically put all of those names and signatures onto that document for you. A JSA is also created. If you have any of these documents yourself, so you already have a PDF of a SWIMS or a JSA, you can upload your own. And you can also select whether you want it to add that default header page with all those details on it for you. So again, saves you having to go in and edit those documents every single time. There was a terrific little claims manager. If you're doing any sort of progress claims against jobs, you can basically go in and break it down however you like from that original quoted price, or if it's a variation over and above, you'll be able to add that in here, and then you can manage it accordingly. So basically, you can say I'm 80% done on that job, log as a claim, it pushes it over here. You can push it over to Xero or MYOB depending on who you're connected with, and then you can manage those progress payments, and you can quickly see exactly where you're at on the whole job. So basically that's CrewTraka. We are the best people to support the app, not you. So if you do need anything, let us help. Specifically around helping to train your crew. There are other tools that we can provide that will assist in this. All you need to do is let us know at support@crewtraka.com or give us a buzz, and we are more than happy to help. Cheers, guys.